I started watching The King in 92. His career started in 90 at a convention in Yakima. He blew the competition away. That's when I decided I'm going to follow this man for the rest of my life.
I am the King. I play Miss Pacman. Not Pac-Man, Miss Pacman with a bow.
Oh, I've been coming ever since I was little. I just love Kyle. This is like my 5th year at the World Pac-Man Championships. So, it's just so exciting. Watching especially when the ghosts, you think they're trapped and then they do that thing where they flip to the other side of the screen. It's just crazy. I love it. I just go nuts. Just want to pee my pants because I'm so excited.
I have been his manager. I manage all his tours, all his book signings. We haven't had one yet, but
I don't really have a life. I just follow him around. The King's career really took off, I would say, in Toronto. In 1995, he started to get the nanners consistently, which is 5,000 points, which will boost your score I don't know, what. It boosts your score. That was the turning point. That's when I realized this is the man I'm going to follow for the rest of my life. This is the best Pac-Maner I've ever seen.
Would I say it's a worthwhile job? No, not a chance.
well, I back him up. I usually sit next to him. Sometimes I get a little too close and he asks me to back away. That's hard to take, but anything for the King.
1600!
I don't think you should be asking that sort of question when the King's only halfway through his career. To compare him to Mr. Yago at this point in his career is not a wise thing. I don't think that's answerable. I think the King could be the greatest ever. He could be, but it's too early. To compare him to Yago Chops at this point is foolishness. Mr. Yago, Yago Chops. Same person. But don't make that comparison. Yet.
I mean, I would say the game hates me. When it gets to random fruit, it's almost always a cherry or a berry. And it's rough, but it's something you just have to work with, adjust to it, expect the worst, and when a pear and nanner pops, you eat it, and you enjoy every morsel of it.
She's got a lot of flair. She takes corners better than Mr. Pac-Man. She does it with a little bit of style. Pac-Man is not as stylish.
You know when he gets inky? I give a bop. Blinky, I usually give another bop. Pinky, mostly usually a bop. When he gets Sue, I give a 1600!
There was definitely a low point in his career, the King. We were in Arlington at a convention in '98. He's on the verge of the world record for the 3rd time in his career, and he does not see Sue coming from behind. It's my job as his biggest fan to let him know if he doesn't know where one of them is at. I need to alert him. He doesn't see Sue. He's literally 100 points away from the world record. And Sue came around the corner and that was his last life. I hate Sue. That
We've been experimenting, playing with stubs. The tough part there is the balance, because obviously a key part of the game is keeping that system stable. So balancing it on a stub is tough. The joystick work isn't too bad, but we'll see where that goes.
We had this idea, what if your fingers go and we play with stubs? And it sounds crazy, but it works. We could use these stubs, and what we plan on doing is, if we chopped off fingers, we made an arm. And we took off the hand, so he practices with this, and it's sweeping Japan right now. A lot of players are purposely taking off their fingers to play with stubs. They think it gives them better control. We're not at that point yet, but we're moving swiftly.
Finger surgery or removal is a possibility in the next 35 years, but the best is yet to come. I think stubs is a possibility. If I feel like that would be awful.
That's a personal question. I think I may know more about Miss Pacman than the King, but I would never admit that publicly, which oh my gosh, I just did.
Definitely two distinct playing styles. I've been at the forefront of both. The more conservative style started in Latvia, and it focuses on conserving your lives, getting as far into the game as you can, but oftentimes it's harder to get a high score. Whereas next door, Lithuania, they're more of the aggressive playing style. It may be worth it to lose a live if oftentimes you're eating a lot of ghosts. And Sue is a nightmare, but if you can eat her, it rewards the aggressive playing style.
So you would call yourself a Lithuanian?
I would say I'm a balance. There's pros and cons of both. I mean, obviously conserving your lives is very valuable, so that you can have a better chance of getting a random nanner. Best feeling in the world. I need a cold shower every time. But there is a time for aggressiveness to pick up way more points. I would say, the Latvians and the Lithuanians are not very smart for choosing, one playing style. I think it's always a balance.
I am the King's biggest fan, I would have to say. He has not admitted it to me yet, but I know that I am. And actually, I'm his only fan, so I would have to be his biggest fan, so that angers me now that he hasn't acknowledged that. And I guess if he were to have a worse fan, then that would be me as well, because I am his only fan. So I don't know. I love the King.
He got a random nanner.
What?
It was the most clutch I've ever seen.
And I love the music.
I love the crackling.
Dude, it's all about the jazz.
It's like he's eating little popcorn.
This high score is just going up and